Okay, hey, what's up guys, this is RS Subguides here, and I'm bringing you a guide to Slayer Master, the next episode, which is the Monsters database, and why you guys should do Slayer, and the notable drops for these Slayer specific monsters. Basically I'm going to start with the lower level ones, and I'm probably going to do about 3 to 4 monsters each database episode, just so it's nice and short and you guys don't lose too much concentration while just viewing these clips. As I said before, the charm percentages are on the Photoshop images that I did. I hope you guys like them because it did take me a long time to put these together. If you don't like them and you'd rather just see me killing them or something and then I'll talk about it, that's entirely fine. Just whack it in the comment section, because I thought I would just do these 4 first and then just sort of let you guys decide whether you wanted this or not. But yeah, the information is on screen, so if you guys just want to listen to music while you're playing Escape and you want to watch this video, then just go ahead and put some music over and mute the video. But yeah, let's go ahead and get on with it. And we're going to start with the Cruel in Hand Slayer specific monster. So this is the Cruel in Hand part of my video, and the combat levels for these guys are 7, 8, 11 and 12. The location of these guys are Morty on the Slayer Tower, ground floor, and the weaknesses are the Salve Amulet and the Crumble Undead. Slayer XP for these guys are 15, 16, 18 and 19. Because of their combat level you can use melee, so I wouldn't recommend to go out and get the Salve Amulet and Crumble Undead to kill these guys. The max hit is 20 to 30 depending on their combat level. The notable drops is Mystic Gloves Light, which is 215k in GPs, so it's quite a good drop for a low level monster like this. And the Starved Ancient FG, which is a drop between all monsters across RuneScape. The charm percentages for these guys is blues you will not get at all from these guys. The crimsons are 0 to 1%, so you might get 1 crimson in the task, maybe even not at all. The greens are 0 and the golds are 9 to 10% of the time, so for low level summoners this is quite a good little task to do. So you'll probably get about 5 if you get 50 of them, or you'll probably get even more depending on how many you get for each task. Hey, what's up guys, this is the Cave Bug part of my Slayer database, and these guys come in combat levels of 6 and 96. The Slayer XP for these guys can be 5 to 93 depending on the level. The Slayer level of these guys are 7, and the max hit can be 10 to 150. The weaknesses are magic and melee. Bring food, I would recommend to bring food as they regenerate their health quickly. The locations they can be found in is Lumbridge Swamp Caves, Dorgeshan Can, South Dungeon and the Chaos Tunnels. The top drops are the Herbs and the Water Battle Stats, which the 96 drops only. The charm percentages are 5 to 8% of the time you'll get a crimson, 0 to 2% of the time you'll get a blue, 41 to 48% of the time you'll get a green, and 6 to 9% you'll get a gold. So for your mid-level summoners and your low-level summoners, the green charm percentage here is really good, so I'd recommend to keep these as a task. So this is the Cave Crawler part of my monsters database, and these guys can vary between 23 and 138. The Slayer level of these guys is 10, and the Slayer XP can vary between 22 and 122, depending on the combat level. The location of the cave crawlers is Fremennik Slayer Dungeons, which is the level 23s only. Lumbridge Swamp Caves, which is the level 23s only. You're going to need a light source of Spiny Helm or a Slayer Helm to enter these dungeons. Dorgeshan Can Slayer Dungeon, which is the level 23s only, and the Polovinicha Slayer Dungeon, which has their level 138. And you can access this part after fighting the monstrous cave crawler, which gives 1000 XP into Slayer once you defeat him. You can also use a cannon after defeating this guy to get these cave crawler tasks done a little bit quicker. They do poison, and the poison hits from 80 like as soon as it hits for the first time, and the max hit of them is 32 and 139. The weaknesses for these guys are Crush, Slash and the Dorgeshan weapons. And your top drops are going to be herbs and secondary ingredients and seeds. And the most common drop rate of effigies is which can be accessed through the 138 cave crawlers only. And the percentage for the charms are 0% of the time when you kill them you're going to get a blue, 1% is going to be a crimson, 9% is going to be a gold, and 2 to 3% of the time you're going to get a green. And this is the Banshee part of my monsters database. These guys can vary between 23 and 90 for their combat level. The Slayer XP is 22 to 85, and the Slayer level can vary between 15 and 35. The Slayer level only varies for the Banshee is because you can access the Mighty Banshee at Slayer level 35 after doing the Smoking Kills quest. The weaknesses for these guys are Salve Amulet and Crumble Undead. The items needed are earmuffs or a Slayer helm and some magic defense armor, as their melee attack is magical base. The locations for these guys is Slayer Tower and on the ground floor, and you can't use a cannon here, but however after doing Smoking Kills in the Desert Slayer dungeon, you can use a cannon against the Mighty Banshee level 90. The max hit is 29 to 90 and 80 without earmuffs. It's maybe a lot more for the level 90s than it is for the level 23s, but without wearing the earmuffs, your stats will get lowered, causing you to get hit more by their attack and causing you to die if you do nothing about it. The top drops for these guys are Starve Ancient Effigy, the Herbs, and the Noted Pure Essence. And the charm percentages are 1% of the time you'll get a Crimson, 7% of the time you'll get a Green, and 3% of the time you'll get a Gold. Unfortunately, you can't get a blue charm from this Slayer monster.